and another chat on IPL.
Hi, Sid. Yeah. Good to chat again. Happy Easter to you, buddy, and happy Easter to
Oh,
the
you
viewers.
too. Okay, so let's get cracking. I was thinking, before we get to the fixtures, we can just look at the table quickly. CSK are on top with 4 points with a net run rate of 1.979. My team is on also 4 points with 1.047, and then Royals and Royals are on 4 points at 0.8, and then Sunrise is a fourth with only 2 points. Yeah, most of them are just on 2 points, except Delhi and Mumbai. Yeah, Mumbai are playing as pathetically as the team in the Cape Town version so far. So I don't know if they're taking any inspiration on that. But what's your thoughts on the table so far, man?
Yeah, I mean, look, still early days, but I mean, CSK looking very strong at home. Hey, it's a fortress at Chepak. I mean, so difficult to beat them there. And then, you saw in the opening game against RCB, and obviously the second game as well against GT. I just think the way they steamrolled GT in that game. I mean, GT were really they really didn't get close in that game at all, and
Hmm. Hmm.
it was a complete performance with bat and ball from CSK. So they're going to be very difficult to beat at home. So I mean, obviously they always one of those teams when you talk about playoffs, you can't write them off. I think the other sides there. I mean, KKR, your team played some good cricket so far. They were very lucky in that first game, but a much better performance, much more convincing performance, kind of like
Hmm.
a drubbing against my team.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, that was that was one of the best performances I've seen from KKR in a long time, especially chasing. You all was so. I mean,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
they it was an onslaught. It was kind of an
Hmm.
onslaught. They never let it
Yeah.
slip from
Hmm.
from that from the power play right till the end. I mean, it was relentless batting, and I think uh, I think even 200 would have been too few on that wicket. The way
Yeah.
KKR were batting, the way they were hitting the ball. I mean, Narayan and Salt, they just set the tone, and it was pretty easy for that middle order to come in and just play their natural game. There wasn't much
Yeah.
pressure, and Venki, he got into some form as well. So
Hmm.
uh, that would you know delight you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Faf was saying the pitch got easier to bat on second. I don't know if that was because of the DU maybe. So I think that's why I think KKR was smart enough to probably bowl first. Because Faf was saying the pitch was a bit too paced when they were batting. So I think it's possible because out in India when you bat second, the Duke could come in and then. But then I don't think it was a complete performance. I honestly thought the feeling was so shit. I thought, excuse my language, that I thought you all were probably going to win because of all the. I thought you had the edge with 180, but I think the DU might have worked to our favor when we batted second. And that's fine. We do need some luck from time to time. I think in the first game, had we lost that first game, I think KKR would have been demoralized because 200 is a lot of runs, especially in that first game. I think, yeah, we did spare our blushes because the guy bowled a brilliant last over. I forget his name. Let me go check his name. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Um, I think Rashid,
Harshit,
maybe. I think,
yes,
yeah,
Harshit, Harshit.
yeah.
He was actually the match winner in the opening game as well against
Oh, yeah, Harshit
Sunrise.
Rana. Yeah,
So
Harshit Rana. Rana.
he's for the future. I mean, he took the big wicket of Klaassen. I thought his change ups were
Hmm.
pretty good. I thought you guys bowled really well in that 16 to 20th over mark. You'll use the slow balls quite well, and then
Hmm.
Kohli was
Yeah.
starved some strike there as well. I mean, I honestly thought RCB were quite short. They're 20 runs short when I looked at the
Hmm.
score because stage, I mean, 200 was on the cards there, but little did I think it was going to be that easy. I mean, that was way too
Yeah.
easy. The way KKR got those runs, and probably Dew was a
Yeah.
factor there. But again, wasn't too impressed with the bowling. Hey, I
Hmm.
think Joe, he hasn't had a good start to the IPL so far, and I think he's going to be dropped for the next game. I mean, no question about it. Lucky Ferguson has to come in. It's a brainer, sir. It's a no-brainer. Lockie Ferguson has got to come in the next game. I think Joseph's kind of bowling style is not going to suit Bangalore. It's not going to suit Chinnaswamy. I think those bowlers that really try and bang it in short are really going to be hit off the park here because I mean it's such a small ground, and I think RCB when you give them bigger venues, they tend to perform better. I mean, they know how to stroke those and stuff, and I think obviously the stadium is obviously the size of it, the dimensions of the stadium obviously requires you to bowl very smartly here. You know, you've got to have those change ups. If you're going to come with and excessive pace and try and bang it in short, you're going to go the distance. And I think Joseph, we've seen enough of him so far. He's not really good stint so far, and probably needs a break. And I think it's fair to give Lockie a chance and see what he can provide. But best of starts, but still early days. Anything can happen. Hey.
Yeah, very early days. I think you wanted to go through the games quickly. So if you look at Saturday's game, Daredevil played against Punjab. Daredevil made 174 for 9, and Punjab made, they won by 4 wickets. That's quite a close game. Could have gone either way. So Punjab got over the line. And then on Saturday, there was my team against SRH DC. We discussed already. We got home by 4 runs. So what are your thoughts on the Daredevil game quickly? Where they beat with a lot of Punjab by 4 wickets?
I think I did give my analysis of the game last week. We didn't analyze these games. If you look at the Daredevil's performance,
you're right. Okay, then you are right. So let's look at then we can go through Rajasthan. Then we can go through Rajasthan Royals against LSG, which was on Sunday on the 24th. Then Rajasthan Royals won by 20 runs. Yeah, you're right. We do analyze that. And we made our prediction on this one. And we were right about Rajasthan Royals. They won by 20 runs. That was easy. And then Mumbai lost to Gujarat by 6 runs. That was embarrassing. I was upset. Mumbai should have won that. And then, you can give me your thoughts quickly on those two.
Yeah, I mean, Rajasthan, who would have thought Parag? We'll be talking about again Parag being the top run scorer. I think he's done in these last 2 games has really elevated, Rajasthan to the scores that they made. I mean, I don't think they particularly have the best bowling lineup in the tournament, but what Parag has offered me in that middle order has been quite sensational. But I don't think we've seen the best of so far.
No.
Butler is having a bit of a tournament, but Parag, I mean, wow. If you look at this player, seasons gone by, he was really underperforming in this Rajasthan team, and they kept the faith and they gave him an opportunity to show what he's made of, and I believe he had a fantastic domestic season as well. And you're just seeing it. 47 in the first game, and then he was lucky he was very unlucky to miss out on the century in that second game against Delhi. I mean, they were in all sorts of trouble, and he dragged them out of full day in that game. I mean, fantastic from Prague so far. They seem to be a side on the rise, eh? Rajasthan, but as I say, it's early days. Anything can happen. But if they keep batting like this and try and posting these scores, I mean, they could be one of the contenders for that playoff spot, right? So, really a side to watch out for.
I think you forgot to mention about Mumbai's choke by 6 runs they lost by.
And I was coming to that. Yeah, I mean, we spoke about last year. I mean, geez, this was a game that Mumbai. I mean, they should have won. I mean, restricting GT to 168. And I agree with you. I don't think GT is the side they were last year. I mean, they are far cry from the side they were last year. They're missing some big players there. Let's be honest. I mean, no bigger than Shami in that bowling lineup. And Mumbai, they really made a mess of this. They really made a mess of this. I think losing those and that in the middle with was a Tilak and Brevis. They were batting so well, and the way that they were dismissed was untimely.
Yeah.
And obviously, Pandya probably could have come a little earlier. Uh, you know, some questionable decisions there in terms of the batting lineup. I mean, being the captain, could have taken responsibility and came up a little bit earlier. But I'd say they really, really made a mess of this, eh? They really made a mess of this change.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to the next three quickly. The Punjabs against your team, RCB. RCB won by 4 wickets, and then there was CSK against GT. CSK clubbed GT by 63 runs, and then we already mentioned quite a bit on SRH versus Mumbai, where SRH won by 31 runs. And okay, let's go quickly on your thoughts. There was Punjab 176 for 6, RCB 178 for 6. Kohli made majority of the runs, but it was nice to see DK and Lagro with the finishing touches. Although RCB tried the best to bottle that chase up there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it was a good bowling performance from RCB. I mean, 170 to 16. It was a good bowling performance from RCB to 16 to 70 on that wicket. But yeah, again, if you look at Faf hasn't had the best tournament so far. He's been quite inconsistent, and we saw it in this game with Maxwell as well. You know, we haven't seen the best of him so far. Yeah, I mean, Kohli, again, stepping up to the plate. I mean, what a player, But he's been in the mix of it throughout this tournament so far, and I think he really needs some help in that top order. But I was impressed with the super sub they made. I thought he came and injected that aggression that we needed in the batting lineup and to chase that score. And DK obviously finishing touches. I was a bit surprised why DK was kept so low down the order in that game. I thought he could have came up a little bit order because a little bit high up the order. He's so dynamic in terms of getting that score from 180 to 200, which is obviously psychological. And it was nervy, but DK made it look quite comfortable in the end. 5 balls.
Yeah, okay, I think okay, now you just have to give me a quick thoughts on CSK whipping GT butt by 63 runs. 206 for 6 versus 143 for 8.
Convincing. I mean, there's no two ways to look at it. I mean, pretty convincing wins from CSK. I mean, GT never looked like chasing the score. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Okay, I think you mentioned SRH's 31-run victory against Mumbai. As you said, that was the game of the week for you. 277 versus 242 for 5. Although I'll give Mumbai a lot of credit for that chase because they lost pretty badly. I think they could have said goodbye to this tournament because their net run rate would have gone off the roof, man, down. Like -3, -4 had they really lost their marbles. But the fact they gave this a valiant chase, I think it's not bad. I think Mumbai are still in the tournament because of that run rate not being out of reach, if you know what I mean. They may have lost 2, but it's not the worst net run rate they have, I think. If I'm correct, let's check that quickly. Yeah, they're at the bottom of -1.92. But it could have easily been -3, you know. But that's what it's all like that. So maybe I'm just being too optimistic, but that's how I look at it. I don't know if you agree with me or not on that.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can give them credit for getting to that score, but I mean, if you're going to be conceding 80, almost 280 in 20 overs, I mean, what chance ever even trying to chase that score out? But if you look at that score, the 10 over mark, Mumbai were actually ahead, eh? They were about 149 for 2 after 10 overs. So well ahead of that chase. Obviously, you know, Sunrise smartly in the next 10 overs. I mean, taking the pace of the ball and really making it difficult for Mumbai to clear those ropes. And but I just want to give credit to a few players in the scheme. Sunrise, I think it was a fantastic batting performance, and I don't know if we're going to see a batting display like this anytime soon. But I mean, Travis said just set the tone. I mean, he was belligerent in that power play with Abhishek as well. I mean, Abhishek came in and really took this Mumbai attack. Dare I said the word to the Mumbai was taking the cleaners in this in this power play, and I mean, Klassen and Markham just going. I mean, Klassen he's having the tournament, to remember. I think one of the best ball strikers as well at the moment. We saw
Yeah.
2020. I mean, just keep carrying on form. Explosive,
Yeah.
batting right till the end. It was for a neutral. I mean, it was an absolute treat to watch. Absolute treat to watch that batting display.
Okay, so let's go to the next couple here. Rajasthan Royals against Daredevils. Rajasthan Royals won by 12 runs. Then RCB against KKR. We've already spoken about that at length. My team won by 7 wickets. And then LSG versus Punjab yesterday. And yeah, you were quoting Punjab Butlers. Yeah, they lost by 21 runs. And yeah, you can just go through these last three quickly before we preview today's game.
Yeah, I mean, Parag. I mean, what an innings from him to get Rajasthan to that total. I mean, it was fantastic batting, but yeah, I think Delhi lost the plot here badly. I mean, they had Rajasthan the rope at one time, and captaincy decisions from Punt was quite questionable. Just kept with pace right until the 20th over. And if you look at this IPL so far, if you look at it, the bowlers that are actually doing well are the bowlers that are taking the pace off the ball. And I mean, even like sit on 70 with pace in the final over. I mean, not that was probably the over that cost them the game. If you think about it, losing by 12 runs. But I think the captaincy from Punt could have been a little bit more aggressive, could have been a little bit more ruthless. That if you had the team on the ropes, you got to try and ram home that advantage. Obviously, they had a good start with the bat. I mean, Mitchell Marsh and Warner. They obviously they went hard in that power play. I mean, once the steam died off, it was it was really going to be tough for them. I mean, right towards the end, but I felt this game was lost in the bowling. Definitely, it was lost in the bowling of Delhi in that final 5 overs. To be fair, Farag them all over the park.
Okay,
But
you can tell me quickly you can tell me quickly about the LSG and Punjabs. I know you call Punjab butlers because they lost by 21 runs.
yeah, I mean, 200. If you look at that wicket, it was quite a good wicket. I mean, look at the way Punjab started that chase with Bairstow and I mean 102 after 10 overs. I mean 102 after 10 overs with 10 wickets, and you shouldn't be losing from there, buddy. I mean, even if you've got to score 100 with that platform. I mean, you saw what Narayan and Saul did in that RCB game. I mean, we've already analyzed the game quite a bit, but I mean, look at that stuff that Bairstow and the one gave Punjab. I mean, it's as good a start as you could get, and then in the next 10 overs they really messed us up. I mean, 76 in the next 10 overs, which is, I think it's a real downward spiral there, from the way they batted in that first 10. Kind of disappointing in a sense. But I mean, credit to Alex, their bowlers. I mean, again, they took the pace off the ball, and that's what troubled the Punjab batters. But again, inconsistency is nothing new from Punjab. We've seen it season after season.
Yeah, Punjab. Okay, I think. But what are your thoughts on the pitch, man? Probably the best LSG pitch I've ever seen in my life.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, if you look at the way uh, uh, Puran and Puni batted on that wicket as well. The ball was coming on. I mean, you can hit through the line, and I mean excuses in the sense of what Dewan and Devto put up there. They were if you really got in, you could score runs. And I mean to think that Punjab only managed to score 76, 75 in the last 10 was pretty average batting. I mean, let's be honest, pretty average. You could have easily got to that total or got close to it. I mean, if they got close to it, it would be a pretty game. But I mean, if to lose by that margin, I think with the start they had was pretty disappointing, as you say. You know.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to today's fixtures. Okay, GT against Sunriser playing in Ahmedabad. I expect GT to win it, although I wouldn't write off Sunrisers because the way they play Sunrisers, they were playing in extreme bad form. Yeah, but I will say GT to win because I'm sure GT will be up for it. But if Sunrisers win, it won't surprise me today like how they did against Mumbai. Although I will admit, Mumbai bowling was katra, so I don't think GT will be as katra as that. So I think GT will win. And then I think if I look at later's game, Delhi against Chennai. And Delhi's hosting, but I'll say Chennai to win. What are your thoughts, man?
I'll tell you what, sir. I mean, the way GT have been playing in this tournament so far, they haven't really impressed me, eh? So I'll be honest with you, this game is a lot closer than we expect because, I mean, that opening pair, whatever said, and Avish, I think they're going to cause the GT side a lot of problems, eh? Because when he gets in, I mean, he goes full flow. And that Sunrise batting lineup, I think probably one of the best batting lineups in the tournament, I would say.
Okay.
They do have that firepower. So, look, GT playing at home, I mean, they know the conditions. This could be pretty close, eh? This could be really, really close. I'd say 52-48 in GT's favor, but I think Sunrise is really going to give them a scare, eh? They really can scare them. They could give them quite a scare in this game, yeah. Because I mean, I think Shami in this bowling lineup has shown, you know, they don't look the same team without me. I mean, Shami is such a loss to this GT bowling lineup.
And what about DC and Chennai? Do you expect Daredevils to beat Chennai at home, or you expect Chennai to continue winning?
Look, DC have got to come with a performance today. I mean, if they continue to lose, I mean, it could be a write of them. So, you know, but you know, do they have what it takes to challenge the CSK team? Probably not, eh? Probably not. From what we've seen so far, really being a lost cause in the last two games. If it's not bowling that's sitting there down, it's the batting. They just haven't been able to put 40 overs of good cricket together, and I'm not sure if they what it takes to actually beat the CSK team. But I mean, if Pant has a blinder, I mean, you just never know, hey? You just never know. I think a lot of it is expected of Warner and Pant today to really try and get a good total. But I'll tell you what, DC's best chance of winning this game is probably batting first, because they've been very touched up in the way they've chased so far in this tournament. So I think the best thing for them is probably bat first and put pressure on CSK. I think if they can get 190, 200 on that ground there, it's still a big score. It will take a lot to chase 190, 200. So, yeah, that's probably their best chance of winning, eh? Batting first. Because I think if CSK bats first, I could see some problems here. So, yeah, that's the way I see it. I think batting first use of that pitch is probably going to be their best opportunity, and then obviously they've got their spinners there in Kuldeep Akshar that can obviously try and close the game out for them. In that second innings. But it's going to be an interesting game. Eh? It's going to be an interesting game. I think DC there's a lot of internal problems there. If you look at that side, I mean, in dugout. It doesn't look a happy dugout, eh? With Ponting and the coaching stuff. It seems a very disjointed team at the moment. I don't know what you think. The body language is not good.
Honestly, I haven't been looking much at Delhi because I think when a team is playing so badly and they're so out of the place, you just kind of not really interested. You're kind of like thinking, when are they gonna deliver? Because if you look at that team on paper, there's so much of talent, and yet it doesn't make sense. Although another problem for Delhi I've noticed is that they don't prepare the best pitches for their players. I mean, if you look at that team, they should be having like Australian type pitches or South African type pitches. Although I wouldn't really recommend South African type pitches, but Australian definitely type pitches. And if you put those types of pitches there, true pitches, nice bit of bounce, I'm sure the players will thrive, man. I don't know if you agree with me or not. The word that these low and slow, pointless pitches, it doesn't do anyone any favors. You're only giving the other opposition team a chance to beat you.
Yeah, I mean, totally agree with what you say. I mean, if you look at that team on paper, it's quite a decent team. I mean, you've got Mitchell Marsh, you've got Warner, you've got Hunt, you've got Cool, you've got Axel. I mean, so those are true.
Ash. Yeah. I think this was RJ. Did you say Ashman?
No, Axel.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Axel, yeah, definitely.
I
Axel
mean,
is very talented.
these are proven match winners. I mean,
Yeah.
look at it. I mean, and these players have had some good tournaments, international tournaments as well. So, yeah, I mean, Hunt coming back from injury as well. He's had a long layoff.
Yeah.
He will eventually find his mojo back. But again, can they put 40 overs of good cricket? Because I think to beat the CSK, so I got to play well for 40 overs. Because they're such a smart team in the way they.
Yeah. I think they'll need CSK to have a brain fade, man. I think they'll need CSK to have a brain fade to win against them.
But I just want to say that's probably Delhi's best chance of winning this game. If they bat first and post the total.
Okay.
They probably can try and restrict CSK. I mean, we know CSK will come hard, but I think that's probably top positioning. I think if they can get 190, 200, they got a chance here. They got a chance here. But they've got to respond to this. I mean, two in a row now. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for the quality that they have in their lineup. You should be expecting a lot more from DC. But again, home ground, home comfort. You just never know. They can turn it on here today. So to me, this is it's so hard to call a winner in this game. It's more 50-50 for me. Yeah.
For me, it's straightforward. CSK United win. So I'm going to look at the last three fixtures here for this week. Mumbai against Rajasthan Royals, which is at the Wankhede. I expect Mumbai to win. I don't think they're going to play in Makachura. They can't expect any worse in the last game. And then I think we look at your team against Lucknow in Rajasthan Royals. And hopefully Rajasthan Royals prepare a much better pitch. The last two pitches have been pretty interesting. They haven't been typical. But I understand why they were prepared. Maybe they want to give the bowlers more of a chance. So I'll give it to your team to win that. They need to win. And then I think Delhi against Kolkata, and Kolkata is playing in Delhi Capitals. I want to say Kolkata to win to be my team, but if Delhi lose 3 in a row, they might actually win that one game. Because out of desperation, they will probably beat my team. But I hope I'm wrong on that one. Strangely enough, I'm actually saying someone to beat my team, which is quite sad.
Interesting. I think this coming week is going to be very interesting because it's going to decide teams you probably going to see in those playoffs. In the sense that they could get some breathing space away from the rest of the pack. But I think it's important for DC, as we said today. And I'm convinced with MI's bowling. So I think their bowling it needs some work. It really needs some work. I don't know how demoralized they'd be after yesterday's game. And Rajasthan is a good batting lineup, eh? They're a good batting lineup. I mean, I wouldn't write them off against MI with the way MI are playing at the moment. But let's see. At Wankhede, high scoring ground. And we saw what MI did last year at Wankhede, but they've got a few question marks in terms of their bowling lineup. So let's see if they can rectify that. But I think today's games, if you look at it, I'd say 52-48 to GT against Sunrisers. But I mean, Sunrisers has such a dangerous batting lineup, so don't write them off. Write them off. And GT and CSK, I mean, so hard to call. Really, really so hard to call. It's a 50-50 game for me.
Yeah, my theory that if Daredevils lose to Chennai today, I think they'll probably beat my team because they'll be desperate to win. I think because it's true, it's common sense. I mean, if you lose 3 in a row, you're going to be desperate, right? And then you're going to win, and also playing at home against my team. So, but if they beat Chennai, then maybe my team might beat Daredevils. They'll be like so over the moon that they might fall down, get a bit of a reality check. So it could happen. Or it could happen that Daredevils are very confident that they beat CSK, and my team will be more up against it. So you never know. What about RCB against Lucknow? You're not playing them at home actually. I'm going for your team to win, so I'll be for your team on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, massive game for RCB. Uh, Probably Joseph drop for this game and bring in Lucky. They really need to look at that bowling because that bowling lineup, I believe, is a weakness for RCB. Not having a quality spinner, yeah, is also something that they've got to look into. I mean, again, you see the value of Hasaranga. I mean, Hasaranga was so important to this RCB lineup. Seasons gone by, and he's not there anymore. I mean, the other two spinners, I mean, Khan Sharma, he's been around for a while. I'm not sure if RCB's suits his kind of bowling, but I think they've got to look at bringing in Lockie, as I said. And Patida, I think he needs to sit out this game. I think you got to bring in Lomro. I haven't been impressed with Patida last 3 games. I think he's really cost RCB. I would say in the opening game and this game as well. And you got to play. I think you've got to bowl Maxwell a lot more. I was kind of disappointed in fact bowling Maxwell in the last game because he could have done something in that power play. You know, pace off the ball. I mean, the way Narayan was seeing like a beach ball, and I thought he could have done something different to change the momentum. I thought they were kind of like shell shocked in the way that they were approaching that bowling because I mean they were getting hit in that power play and they could have done something different. So I do hope Maxwell bowls a lot more in that game because I think he's quite valuable in terms of if he can give you 2 or 3 good overs, he can really bring the team back into the game. But yeah, no question about it's a must-win game for RCB.
Yeah, by the way, I just saw on the quick info that, on the quick buzz that Sunrisers are batting first. They won the toss and they're batting first. So if they bat like how they did against Mumbai and GT, then we could pull off another upset here. So, although I'm not a fan of Sunrisers, I will hope that GT bowl very well. Restrict them to, I think, 180. I think GT can chase that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I am hoping for the best for GT.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I mean, Sunrisers, they're going to go hard. Let's be honest, they're going to go hard in the power play. I mean, Travis said and Abby, they're not going to leave any prisoners here. And then obviously you got Mark coming in, you've got Classy coming in with those finishing touches. If Sunrisers can get 192, I think they're favorites here. I think they're favorites. Okay. But if they come to 170, 180, you know, obviously GT become favorites in that game. So, very interesting game in store. Yeah.
But you know, if Pat Cummins, who is the captain of Sunrisers, ends up winning this IPL for them, he's going to be loved, man, by Sunrisers. I mean, whatever he's touched to gold in captaincy, he's won the 50 over World Cup, the Test Championship. Could this be the IPL? Could it be such a gold as this? So, hopefully not, but anything is possible, eh?
I mean, can't this guy do anything wrong? I mean, he's had a fabulous year. I mean, as you said, Ashes, retaining the Ashes, WTC final champions, World Cup champions. I mean, they really crossed the script there. I mean, the way India was playing in that World Cup. I mean, you never expect Australia to come and perform like that in the final. But then again, this is Australia we're talking about. But and Australia know how to perform in tournaments. So yeah, it's a great year for Pat. And
Yeah.
I thought bowling. I actually thought his bowling won the game for Sunrisers in the last fabulous. He was fabulous in his 4 overs. I mean, bowling those hard limbs, taking the pace off the ball. MI looked completely lost when they were facing Cummins in those final few overs. So yeah, he's not so far. Hey, being pretty impressed with him. So let's see what happens. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Any final word before we wrap up, or we all good?
Yeah, enjoy the cricket and have a good weekend. Enjoy. Talk to you soon, buddy.
You too, man.